Hello, good afternoon, guys. What's up,
Hello, good
Hello, good afternoon.
afternoon.
Hi guys.
guys? Have you read about our another assignments? Let's just jump and discuss about it, guys. On the page 94, let's just jump and discuss part one. What different types of charts or graphs tend to appear in IELTS tests, which can show changes over time. What do you think, Mr. Garrett?
I think the charts that we see in the IELTS test are mostly bar charts and line charts, and I think they can show changes over time.
Hmm, agree. How about you, Mr. Welly?
Yes, bar chart and line chart is the answer. Definitely not the pie chart because pie chart only shows that one moment, not changes over time.
Agree. How about you, Miss Dexa?
Um, I also agree with Garrett and Willie.
Mm. Yeah, indeed. I also see a lot of uh, bar and line charts, and especially on the essay part. If we take a look at the IELTS practice, usually when we wrote an essay, they usually give us a lot of line charts or bar charts that we have to describe. And yeah, I also agree that they both can show changes over time. So let's just move on to part two, which we are asked to match the verbs below with the graph they described. And from A to D, what's your answer, Mr. Garrett?
For the A, I answered
Mhm.
go up, increase, rise, and double.
Increase. Okay. For for the B,
For the B, I answered fall and reach a peak.
oh, ah, how about the C and D?
The C, I answered decrease, go down, and D, I answered remain the same, remain stable, and stay the same.
Yeah, I also have the similar answer. How about you guys? Do you guys have something different or anything else? Mr. Welly and Miss Denisa?
My answer is the same with you guys.
Surprisingly, the same too.
Mm.
Wow. Okay, I'm so amazed. Um, well, if our answer are the same, let's just move on to part 3A. How do adverbs change the meaning in each pair? Number one. What do you think, Mr. Garrett?
Well, for the first one, I answered the cost increased by $5 between 2005 and 2015.
Hmm, Chris Bang. Okay. For number two.
For B, I answered the costs fall from $23 to $2.
Ah, okay. And how about C
For,
and D?
for C, I answered the cost peaked in 2020 and then dropped from $42 to $37.
Okay.
And for
Yeah.
D, the cost remained the same
Remain
at $54
for
over an 8-year period.
uh yeah, I also have the same answer as you. How about you, Mr. Welly?
Almost the same. In the D part, I answer remain stable or stay the same, but I think it is the same meaning. So
Hmm.
in the price when remain stable for $54 for 8 years, 2005 until 2013. So I think yeah.
Hmm. Yeah. Agree with you, Mr. Welly. How about you, Miss Denisa?
Yes, my answer is also the same with you guys.
Wow. Okay, that's great. And so I think we have a good understanding about how this works. So let's just move to our last part, which is the part 4A, work in pairs and discuss the questions. Number one, what do the graph title and labels show, Mr. Gary?
I think the chart shows the outdoor activities of people in Australia, such as
Mm-hmm.
picnicking, walking, camping, cycling, and others.
Okay. And let's just right jump to number two. What is the main thing we learned from the graph, Mr. Gary?
Well, I think from the graph we can see that people in Australia do a lot of picnicking because it has the highest number in activities.
Yeah. What do you guys think? Do you guys have any other opinions?
Yes, the graph shows like different outdoor activities that people in Australia usually do.
Mm-hmm. How about
Yes,
you,
of
Mr.
course,
Welly?
of course. I think the most interesting part in this chart is if you look at the water activities and the horse riding. The horse riding really remains stable from 1997 until 2007. Like 10 years apart, it is remains stable. And for the water activities, it went increase in 2001, and then after it a little bit stable until decrease until 2007. So I think mostly because of people in Australia just want to go, I think, cycling, not really keen into water activities anymore.
Okay. Yeah, and as we can see, we could the information from the graph that picnicking in Australia was so popular because like almost more than 60% of people in Australia do that, and it only decreased a little from 1997 until 2007. And yeah, the rest of it, I have the same opinion as you guys. So how about part C, guys? What a paragraph comparing the data for camping, cycling, and horse riding. So Gary,
Well,
have you
I think,
written one?
I think if we compare the data between camping, cycling, and horse riding, we can see that horse riding has the fewest people doing the activity from 1997 to 2007.
Okay. How about you guys? Any other opinions or any other comparison, maybe?
So for the what did I say, for the camping and cycling, I think they both started at the same number, maybe around 22 or 23 percentage from 1997. And then the camping one go increase at maybe over 5% in 2001. But the cycling one increased, but not really to increase at maybe 2% at 2001. But after that, the camping one when decrease around 3%, and the cycling one is increased. So I think camping and cycling is the most common outdoor activities that people choose.
I see. Good point, Mr. Welly. Any other comparison, maybe Miss Denisa?
For me, from the graph, we can see that people in Australia really enjoy water activities because there is like the graphic rise significantly from the 1997
97.
97 to 2007.
Okay, I also agree with that. So yeah, maybe that summarize our discussion today. So today we learned that we can earn a lot of information from reading this kind of graphs. It shows out a lot of information, and maybe this kind of skill might be useful for us to write a writing test later in our final exam in IELTS preparation. So yeah, that sums us for today, guys. Thank you, and
Thank you,
see you on
guys.
another discussion.
Thank you,
Thank
guys.
you,
Thank you
guys.
guys.
Bye.
Goodbye.